Afternoon one, afternoon all. Let's see what I got on. Big up all the Facebook crew. Tuesday afternoon. Big up one, big up all. Doing what I do. Doing what I do. Just testing 1 and 2 things, stringing up our next way, blah, blah, blah. Trying out this, trying out that. Let's get this back up again so I can play a tune. So, what we're doing, I can't see the tune what we're doing is we're trying, big up Denise, nice to see you in the afternoon. I'm just trying a sound system thing, you know, stringing up one way, stringing up a next way, rare. Right, where was I can't even see which tune, but anyway, what I'm doing, let me turn the camera around so we can see. And the light should be on. Should be able to see that quite clearly. Right, I'm bringing out the preamp, the Clements preamp. Now they closed down. So big up Owen, Mr. Upcountry. Long time I ain't seen you for true. You know? So this one is a 4-way preamp, or 3-way, or 2-way, whatever way you decide you want to run it, basically. From 4-way down to 2-way, you can string it in different configs, basically top, mid, bass and sub bass, as you can see there, or you can run it top and mid together with bass and sub, or mid and bass together with top and sub, blah 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 blah. There's different ways. Now for me, yeah, it's a technical thing today, Denise, you know what I mean? Not really a musical thing, more a technical thing. With these sort of preamps, if you want to run them a certain way, hopefully you should still be able to hear me cleanly. Anyway, if you want to run them a certain way, you have to string them up correctly with the right cabling from the back, basically, and then you can get what you're getting out of it. Let me show you what I'm putting into it. There is just top and sub. So as it's set at 4-way, you have to string it up a certain way to be able to get it into 2-way or to 3-way, you know what I mean? And what you have to do is like do it with something extra added on, or you use splitter cables to do that as well, which can take away a bit of voltage and signal. So I prefer to put it into something else, and then play it from there. So that's exactly what I'm doing, because I want to find out, you know, how much headroom I can get from the output of this into the Formula Sound, which is a real tough piece of kit, which I'm going to use as a little preamp to help me get this into a 2-way config. So, right, what I'm going to do, I'm going to find a couple tune and just push play and see what we can do with this while it's happening. You should be able to hear that now. Right, so what I've done, I've set the top, the mid, the bass and the sub, connected each connection out of here and into here. So now this will give me the option in which to turn this from a 4-way into a 2-way or a 3-way. Now, I've got 4 channels here in the Formula Sound, which are taking top, mid, bass and sub into it. Each one will take each configuration. and then volume control and last bit of tweaking will now come from the Formula sounds, which will help control the preamp as well in a two-way configuration. And as you can see, I can now watch the output levels as well, which is also very handy. But the Formula sound now is taking the control and giving me that tone that we like, you know what I mean, the original kind of tone. It's giving you the analog tone rather than any digital tone, basically. Big up Jitesh. And as you can hear, it's nice and clean. Don't need it to be loud, just show you a little thing. And when it's gone, and the Formula sound now, it's just controlling everything nicely. Basically, what's coming through from the Nano, the Clements, going into the Formula sound, and we'll give it that lovely analog sound that we're after. And that's just a rough bass, that's a rough bass. So that's basically, let me take you round the back. And I'll show you. You see, people don't like to show their tricks, but me, you know what, let's do it. As you can see, on the back of the Clements, you don't get a choice of two-way, three-way, blah, blah, blah config. So you have to make this up for yourself if you want to run it two-way or three-way, because it's strictly, because the full range output is from 20k to 20 hertz. So that shows that's difficult to split without a crossover there. So what I like to do, you could take the full range, put it into a next crossover and then cut top to bottom from there quite easily. But for me, because I like control of individual frequency bands and rare, I will now send each output band into the Formula sound, and I'll have tops there, mids there, bass there, and sub will now run out of a mono output on here, which is supposed to either way controlled straight into the amp. Nice and simple, nice and simple. And that way you got total control, for me anyway. You know, people run their systems differently, but for me, let's turn that down a little. But for me, that's, you know, a control thing, you know what I mean? And it's a nice little unit, so play them together and put Renz EQ with that as well. Nice and simple, and it does sound crisp with all of them running together. Big up Craig, big up my friend Hugh Eternity sound busy. And as I said, a nice simple config, but that's just my own my own personal way, you know what I mean? That's, you know, different mans like to run their systems different ways and things. So that's me. That's it. For me, I love to fiddle and twist. Let me get this correct. I'm jumping all over the place. Right. I like to fiddle and twist with tune. Right. So that's why I like them things, you know. Original. I'm an original, you know. I like these things, you know. So you got control. Another reason, because I do like the Nano preamp, the Clements, it is a good bit of kit. But another reason I string through to this as well is my options with the microphone section. The microphone section on here is just flat. It's just a volume mic. By putting everything into here, I can now have two mics that I can tune. And then if I want to add that to the mic section, I can do that also as well and use the mic echo and blah, blah, blah. You know? Now you know me, I'm a man, I don't need to draw heavy bass line, you know what I mean? It's all about nice tone and everything balanced together. That's the next thing about this unit. I do like the built-in horn on it. Is a nice piece of kit, but when paired with the Formula Sound and the APS EQ, it is, yeah, the three of them together sound absolutely lovely, yeah, for true. And you have, and as we say, things are done properly with this unit. As you can hear, cut off switch. Right, yeah, so let's turn around again. Right, that was a quick look at a little string up thing with the Clements and the Formula Sound, basically. You get options when you do them things, and all sound man know, you know, you got options. Sometimes if you string things certain way in your signal path, it can work. But if you string it a certain way in your signal path, sometimes it won't work. You know what I mean? I found that out the other week just by a test, and I took it out and it didn't work as I was hoping it would. So sometimes you have to test these things and try these things and blah, 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 you know, all us original sound man. That's what I like to do, you know what I mean? There is no one right way in sound system of doing things. That's why it's all different. We all like to run things differently, you know, and that's the good thing about it. Anyway, gone again. Good to see everybody. Quick thing that was. Gonna do a few more down the line this week and everything. So stay safe, stay secure. Father Chalky, gone again.